Alright, so in the past I made a video about nostalgia, which you guys wanted me to make a sequel for. Now, unfortunately, I can't really make a long video about it since my hardware is, well, kinda limited, but I'll still try to deliver on this. Now, as a recap from that video, our experiences reflect how we adapt to any given circumstance, and nostalgia is essentially what happens when our former representations of a circumstance come into conflict with the current actual state of things. So for example, if we look back to summer breaks from school when we were kids, well, by all means, we don't really experience summer like that anymore. Things have changed, we have changed, but the memory is still there, and therefore so is the potential for nostalgia. And I think there are three stages of nostalgia. First, I think there's the stage of familiarity. This is where we can initially find comforting, positive emotions, because in essence we can think of positive emotions as linked to perceivable adaptability. It's what happens when we again look back at the summer break example. We know what to look forward to in that scenario, and we know how to adapt to it. And this can happen, of course, with personal memories like in the summer break example, but also with scenarios that we sort of imported. Different cultural eras like the pre-digital world, the medieval times and whatnot. Again, it comes back to feeling functional and adapted in relation to that set of circumstances. Then there is the stage of conflict in nostalgia. So this is pretty straightforward and is what we talked about in that first video I made. If you get to this stage, you essentially try to integrate or actually act out the nostalgic object within the functional architecture of your mind. For example, you visit your childhood town expecting to actually construct your perception of the town that fits your memory of it, and of course it doesn't work because it's changed and you have changed, hence the conflict. Now, as some of you asked, how do we get rid of nostalgia? And here in the grieving stage, we can simply think of it as emotional processing. So I haven't yet made a video about it, but what I mean essentially is that the way out of nostalgia is only through it. You may have noticed that every time you feel nostalgic about a specific thing, by allowing yourself to actually feel and process the nostalgia, the feeling itself may slightly change or even diminish. Because we can think of grief as the process of allowing ourselves to live through altered circumstances. In a way, we open our eyes to the fact that things have changed. Yes, it can really hurt to essentially discard a part of your mind, but at the same time, that is also the only way to make room for new and functional mental representations, meaning some that will actually allow for positive emotion. To make room, it's kind of like cleaning a room in a way, really, yeah.
Wake up every day, I have some food and everything seems like it's going to be fine. Then all of a sudden shit